Carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry no more.
Welcome to another episode of Action Video Game Talk. I'm your host, Scott Action Jackson. Thanks for joining me today, or tonight, or whenever you're watching or listening to this episode. I do have another list of news articles to go through, so let's just go and hop right into it. According to a report from the Wall Street Journal, Netflix is working on a live-action Legend of Zelda television show. The Wall Street Journal cites a person familiar with the matter saying Netflix described the show as Game of Thrones for a family audience. Zelda games are often lighthearted even at their darkest, so the tone of the potential show doesn't sound too far out of line from the Zelda we already know. Borrowing heavily from the premise of the Legend of Zelda games, the report says Netflix series is based on a boy named Link who must rescue Princess Zelda and save the land of Hyrule. The series also reportedly doesn't have a writer yet, so it could have a long road to travel before the project is a reality. From what I've heard, some companies have actually tried reaching out to Netflix to confirm whether this is true or not, and Netflix has yet to comment on whether this is actually happening or not. But not only do they have to talk to Netflix, but they should also be asking Nintendo if this is true as well, because last time people tried making their own little fan movie based on any Legend of Zelda game, Nintendo pulled it. So if Netflix is doing this, they had to go through Nintendo to get the go-ahead. Now, when I first saw this as Netflix developing a Zelda series, I'm thinking, no. No. This cannot be happening. This can't happen. Because many fans want to see a Legend of Zelda movie more than a series. Most of us have been ruined by the little Legend of Zelda cartoon series that happened. And I kind of hate the quote that they use here. They describe the show as Game of Thrones for a family audience. I hate to say it, but if anybody played the Ocarina of Time or the Majora's Mask, it isn't exactly family-friendly or a family audience that it's targeted towards. So, I don't know. I mean, plus the fact that they're comparing it to Game of Thrones, which to me is a major turnoff. Okay. There are fans out there of Game of Thrones, which, for the life of me, I will never understand, because I tried watching one bit of the Game of Thrones, and it was probably the worst part to get introduced, or try to get introduced on, and that was the frickin' Red Wedding. I have hatred for the Game of Thrones. I will never, ever again try watching it. I may see, a few images of it, and it's like, yeah, screw it. But to me, I just don't like this. I don't like that Netflix is getting all these awesome series that are being made. I mean, they're getting some Marvel series that are technically going to be a lot better than the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. that ABC has. And now they're going to be trying to do this Zelda series if this is officially going to happen. So, why can't other TV stations pick up this stuff? Separate gold and silver variants of a Mario Amiibo were reportedly spotted on Nintendo's website. The two variants were revealed by CP/SIA certificates, which were spotted by user KTS2448 on NeoGAF. The figures are in the same pose as the Mario figure from the recently revealed Super Mario Bros. Amiibo series, which launches March 20th alongside Mario Party 10. Now, I have read that Nintendo has been reached out to see if this is official, if this is happening, a gold and silver version of a Mario figure for the Super Mario Bros. Amiibo series. Now, consider that it's Mario, it's not that much out of the question that they could try something like this with it. But the question then becomes, would it only be Mario that they tried this with? Could they try this with another figure that will be coming out in the future as well? Or could they try doing the same thing with the rest of the Super Mario Bros. Figures for the Amiibo set? From February 27 to November 30th, Pokemon Bank subscribers will receive special versions of Meganium, Typhlosion, and Feraligatr, the Pokemon Company International and Nintendo announced. Each final evolution of the Johto starters is level 50 and comes with a hidden ability previously inaccessible through normal gameplay. To receive the Pokemon, simply access your Pokemon Bank account and use Pokemon Link in either Pokemon X, Y, Omega Ruby, or Alpha Sapphire between the dates. Meganium's hidden ability, Leaf Guard, protects it from status conditions when the sunlight is harsh or extremely harsh. It also knows Sunny Day, allowing you to create the necessary conditions for Leaf Guard. Typhlosion comes with Flash Fire, which makes it immune to Fire-type moves, while increases the power of its own Fire-type attacks by 50%. It will be easy to take advantage of Flash Fire, as this Typhlosion knows Overheat, Flamethrower, and Flame Charge. Lastly, Feraligatr's Sheer Force eliminates additional effects of moves, while increasing the power of those moves by 30%. Feraligatr will come with 3 moves with additional effects, allowing you to take advantage of its hidden ability. So this is going to be 3 gifts for being a subscriber to this Pokemon Bank. You're going to be getting the 3 final evolutions of the starters from the Johtos: Meganium, Typhlosion, and Feraligatr. And they're all going to start at level 50 when you get them. And they will come with their hidden abilities that has been mentioned in the article. You can really take advantage of their abilities, especially with their moves and the abilities on top of it. Now, the date itself that you're going to be able to get a hold of these is starting from February 27th to November 30th. That's a long time. So people can start subscribing to the Pokemon Bank, and they can probably get these 3 final evolutions of the starters. At this point, it's like everyone who has the games, the Pokemon X, Y, Omega Ruby, and Alpha Sapphire, should be jumping all over this. Qbert Rebooted is coming to PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, and Vita on February 17th in North America and February 18th in Europe. Previously released on PC and mobile, Qbert Rebooted features the original arcade classic as well as a modern take on the game featuring hexagons instead of cubes. Jason Sorensen, product manager for Loot Entertainment, elaborated on other changes on the PlayStation blog where the announcement was made. There are new features such as time and score challenges, new enemies with their own unique behaviors, new playable characters, power-ups, traps, and gem collecting, he said. So, the systems, the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, and Vita, are getting this Qbert Rebooted, which was originally released on PC and mobile, as kind of a reboot on the original arcade Qbert game. I don't know how I feel about that. Of course I'm going to have some curiosity about it, considering that I do remember playing the original Qbert game when I was a little kid. But some of the stuff that they have listed on here with the new features, time and score challenges, new enemies with their own unique behaviors, new playable characters, I don't remember that many things on the original Qbert game. I'm sure anybody who's probably gotten this reboot when it came out on PC and mobile devices, they probably know what kind of game they're dealing with this reboot. Well, that does it for this episode of Action Video Game Talk. Once again, thanks for joining me today, or tonight, or whenever you're watching or listening to this episode. Later on, I will have the separate clips up if you want to check those out. Down below, I will have the Facebook page in the description if you want to go and check out the Facebook page. So, until next time, bye!